Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Oh, this is exciting.
Oh, all right, yes.
A lot of things in life don't really make sense,
And why should they?
so you can understand them, I'm guessing.
You're guessing? Oh, all right. You know there is a famous quote on your planet about that, yes?
No.
Well, you have a saying on your planet that truth is stranger than fiction? Yes?
Yes.
And one of your famous authors, Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, said, why shouldn't truth be stranger than fiction? After all, fiction has to make sense. Now, there are levels at which you can understand what may seem to not make sense on one level, but does on another. So if the things that you're experiencing don't seem to make sense on the level you're looking at them at, you need to go to another level to see them. Again, a famous quote from your Einstein: a problem cannot be solved from the same level in which the problem was created. You have to go to a higher level to see the solution. So similarly, if things don't make sense, you need to look at them from a higher perspective, and then in most cases, they will start to make sense. But you may need to see them through a different definition, with different eyes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so, anything else you want to explore about this? Or is that sufficient for you?
I wanted to ask you another question.
Yes.
I've been seeing, I think, spirits,
Yes.
and I'd like to know more about it.
All right. Well, as we said, when you start expanding your consciousness, when you start exploring these kinds of things, your senses become more sensitized to things that were formerly invisible to you. You start being able to see different kinds of energy than you could see before, different beings that may be all around you all the time that you couldn't see before. The spirit world is really close to the physical world. It's just a difference in vibration, just a difference in frequency of energy. And when your senses begin to expand, you can begin to see into the spirit world, and you can develop this and be able to see and communicate with them just as easily as they are able to see you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, being the age that you are, many of the children on planet Earth now are being born and coming through with more of these abilities. They don't have to unlearn them because you haven't forgotten them. You are being born into and living in a reality that is now more open about these ideas. Many of the adults are exploring these ideas, and so it creates more of an environment and an atmosphere that makes it all right for the children to also retain the ability to have stronger senses, more expanded senses. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is this answering your question, or is there something else you would like to discuss about the spirits that you are seeing?
I'm thinking that it solves my question.
All right, you understand that they are just people, but they're in a different state of being, a non-physical state.
Yes.
Yes. And that all of you, in actual fact, are also already in spirit. You, the greater part of you, is in spirit right now. This part of yourself that you consider your physical self to be is just a small part of the great being that you are. Most of you is in spirit. But you are dreaming that you're not in spirit. And the dream you're having that you're not in spirit is what you call the experience of physical life. But it's just a dream that you're having while you're in spirit. You never actually leave the spirit world, the spirit realm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So this is a physical dream. And the more you become aware that this is a dream, the more awake you can become in the dream, and the more you can allow yourself to consciously create the physical life dream that you prefer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What excites you in life?
Seeing happy faces and happy energy.
Seeing happy faces and happy energy. When you look in the mirror, are you one of the faces that's happy?
Yes.
Oh, all right. It's fun to be happy. Do you know that you never have to be anything but happy? Even when you have challenges in life, you can still be happy, because challenges are going to allow you to discover new things, new ideas, new perspectives as you grow. So, no matter what challenges may come up in your life, you always have the choice to be happy. And when you choose to be happy, when you choose to be excited, then any challenge that may come up will be much easier to deal with, much easier to understand, and much easier to transform. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does this help you?
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to discuss, or will that suffice?
That is it.
Well, then we thank you.
Thank you.